Hello fellow colorists, welcome to the channel, J.I. Colorist. So happy to have you here today. We are starting on day 4 of our Christmas countdown where we are coloring a page a day in the Matchstick Mouse a Christmas coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. We are going to jump right in, and day 4 is the snowball fight. So I have decided I would like to do a background. If you remember from day 1, we did this background, which was ink and then extreme Mod Podge glitter paste on top of it, and that does make kind of a nice shiny area, but I think that I want to keep the snow a bit whiter. So it's also a nighttime scene again, so I would like to make this snow white. I'm planning on using the Recollections glitter paste in white. We will be applying that with a silicone tool. I'll show you what it looks like. Kind of looks like you're going to be smearing butter or peanut butter on your page. That's the kind of consistency it is. I plan on doing this area black though, so we're going to start with that. I have acrylic black paint from Dollar Tree, so just some dollar store acrylic paint. I'm going to put it onto a palette, or also known as a ceramic plate, and I've got a brush here and I'm going to paint it on, and I'm just gonna put some down. I'm going to kind of mimic where I want the paint to go. Kind of want it to follow there, and I'll draw this side in as well. Now before I get crazy, let me protect my surface. There we go. Move some cutting mats in place. So this is what I'm going to do. We'll just get this all painted as soon as it's dry. Then we will get on to using markers for the mouse. We'll be back as soon as that's dry. And we may get away with just one coat, so that would be nice. Okay, we are back and the page is done, and very good coverage. I'm not going to do a second coat. Very good coverage. I will use some Dr. P.H. Martin Bleed Proof White to put in some stars later, but let's get on with coloring the actual mouse. And these are the colors that we are using for the mouse. I hope everybody's doing well. We'll just jump right in and start to color him. Make sure I'm coloring the mouse pieces. It looks like he's having fun, having a snowball fight. I'll be actually happy when this marker is done too, because this chunky end is very, it's not exactly the easiest to color with. And I'm not sure if Prismacolor still sells these markers or if this is one of their lines that they discontinued last year. So I do know they're not refillable, so I won't be keeping this. Okay. Our lightest brown, E31. We're going to shade the tail again with the lightest brown. Just to give it a bit of definition. And I'm going to see if I can fix the eye. I'm going to zoom you in. Now, if you notice on the eye, I overshot a little bit. I'm just going to try and use the colorless blender to clean that up. Kind of force that back. And also down here. We'll see how that works. Let's go ahead and do the hat. And it looks like he has a bit of a different hat on today. So let's grab some new colors. I'm going to grab a blue. Oh, I forgot his ear. And then we'll give him a matching scarf. Look at all of the bits on this one. Yuck. I'm not even going to bother scraping it off. I'm just going to use it as is. And we've got Wilbur the worm back. So let's, and now we've got the beetle guy. So, okay, we're using the tea rose for the worm. He doesn't have a scarf on. He's probably cold. The light brown and the tea rose for the ears. Okay, sorry about that. My phone was ringing. Okay. The little guy here, I don't know, let's do him blue just because he's probably, well, no, we better do him yellow. Let's go get some glaze yellow. And I'm not sure what kind of bug he is, but I just want him to stand out a little bit. Okay, now I need the pom-poms are going to be white, but I want to make this just a little bit darker. So I'm just doing another blue on top of this blue. Okay, just to make sure that you know that there's two parts to the scarf. Now I am going to go and grab a couple of, because this is all we have to color, then that's it. So I'm going to go and grab a couple of pencil crayons, and we'll do just a little bit of shading on the mouse, and then we'll do the snow and the stars. Okay, the Polychromos, not Raw Umber 180, is pretty close to our darkest brown. So I'm going to use that kind of as a contrasting color. I'm just going to do a little bit more fur. So do you get snow where you are? I live in Canada, and we all know that I get tons of snow. Although there hasn't been a lot of snow as of yet this year. We started out in October with a big snow dump, and then we've had a couple of snowfalls in November, but not very much. So we actually don't have a lot of snow right now. So, but do you get snow? I know not everybody in the world gets snow. Just add a little bit. Just a light brown around the tips of his ears, because there is fur there. His ears must get cold, sticking out of his hat like that. Okay, I think that's probably all we're going to do for the mouse. Just add a little bit of texture to him. Now let's go, and I'm going to do the bleed proof white first, and then so I'm going to take Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white. I'm going to pick some up off of the cap with a stencil brush. So this is a hard bristle brush. And then I don't want to get this all over my desk, so let me add a little bit of protection there. Okay, and then I'm going to spritz it Okay, and we're just going to let that dry. I'm going to go wipe my hands off. Okay, for the snow, I'm going to, I want to put a little bit of color here first. Pink and purple and a blue. And I'm going to notice how they've got lines, squiggly lines. So we're just going to kind of, on the side of my pencil, add some like that. Okay. Okay, because I'm trying to also cover up this smudge that I did here, but it's not covering it up enough. So I'm going to take and put some bleed proof white on top of that. Get rid of that. Just darken in some of these a little bit. Okay. Now I also want to get rid of this line here so that it blends in more to the bottom. I could do a couple of things. I could use a white marker. I could use the bleed proof white. And that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use a paintbrush, dip right in, and get rid of this white. The bleed proof white, if it dries up in your bottle, you can just add a bit of water. Distilled water is best. And then you can shake it and stir it and kind of reactivate it. So it, because it does thicken up and takes a long time to use up the bottle because you don't need a lot. So, okay, that will dry. And it won't take too long to dry. While the bleed proof white is drying, we will talk about the difference between Recollections glitter paste and Stickles. So the glitter paste comes in colors, not as many colors as Stickles obviously, and the Stickles has more defined glitter, where this is a very small holographic glitter. So it's similar to Stickles, but you also apply it with either a palette knife or a silicone tool to smear it around. So it's a different, they're both glitter paste, but one is just squeezable. So we're going to do the glitter here. We're going to make his hat pom-pom yellow. And also this is a pom-pom, as is this. And I think we're also going to make his hat. So otherwise it kind of looks like a Santa hat. So it's too early in December to be dressing like Santa. It's only December the 4th. Glittery yellow. And we're going to do, we want these snowballs here to be blue. So if you don't want to smoosh it around with the nozzle, you can also smoosh it around with the palette knife. So if that's something you want to do. Okay, so that's going to be a light blue, and we're going to do one of these too. Wilbur gets a snowball too. Okay, now this is dry already. It doesn't take very long to dry, and we're going to shift this up so you can see. And I'm going to take and dig in here just like you would spread some butter, and simply spread it on. And I'm going to go right over the whole area. And remember, we got some glaze on the guy, so the little beetle bug guy, so we're not gonna go over top of him. We want to get into someplace tighter. The silicone tool works too. Now, if you didn't have this glitter paste, you could also do the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter. That worked well too. We did that on day 1. So there's lots of glitter options, and I have a few different options, so I want to use up my stash. And okay, up of the sky, I'm going to darken up a couple of these. I'm going to use a white gel pen, and I'm going to be careful not to get my hand in anything. You could also do some of this in a silver gel pen if you wanted. You could also do a, I don't want to put my hand in anything, but do a shooting star. Okay. Let me zoom you out and we'll get a final look. And that is a wrap for day 4. Of our Christmas countdown. Quick and easy. Got to use up quite a few different supplies that I had on hand, which is my goal for this whole series, is use up what I have in my stash, and I'm quite happy. It's going to be nice and glittery. There's some texture in the snow. You wouldn't have known that this was just a round picture. I think that the black and everything. If I wanted to really get rid of this black, I could have painted over the whole thing. I've gotten closer, but I'm fine with how it looks. And that's where we'll end it today. I hope you had fun. These so far are going quite well. I look forward to day 5, which, let's take a peek. It's going to be our mouse doing some crafting. And it looks like I've done some transfer here, so I'm going to have to do a bit of erasing and cleaning up. But I'll do that before tomorrow. Until then, have a good afternoon, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 5. Take care.